Hello there, how are you? I'm Lirin Haddock and welcome back to another episode of the Free Game Retrospective. This week is a recent one from GOG and, to be honest, could probably be added to Cheap Games No Shame, as this and its sequel only cost a couple of quid, especially on sale. Today we're talking about the Destruction Derby sort of Mario Kart-esque type game that is Flatout. Also, wait till the end for a treat, and remember, like, share, comment, subscribe, you know the drill. I do remember this game when it was released. I believe I played a demo of it, and I've got to admit, it still holds up today. Created by Bugbear Entertainment, a Finnish company who had a majority stake bought by THQ Nordic in 2018. As I mentioned in the intro, it's like Destruction Derby games of old, but with more human launching. It's a fun game with your standard medal-style progress, bronze, silver, gold, you get the drill. By competing in races and upgrading your car, you'll progress through the stages, and with each, unlock, for, say, moving up to silver, you earn a new set of mini-games, and we'll get back to those in a moment. The racing is fun and frenetic, with quite a decent damage model. The cars get smashed up nicely, and the hits feel hard and the racing fast. Considering the game is 20 years old this year, in November more accurately, it still holds up graphically. You can put it into high resolutions that on a modern system and monitor still looks great. It's no Gran Turismo level of realism, but good enough to enjoy. Between shortcuts and the crashes and driver launching that happens, it does give off more of a sort of Mario Kart vibe at times, just no weapons, which I guess is a shame. Speaking of driver launches, something hit me whilst involved in a race. I forced an opponent into a wall, launching the driver out of the windscreen, and there was a scream. And it sounds an awful lot like the scream as you fall in Rock of Ages. I mean, other than that, the sounds and the music are pretty good. Engines sound great, crashes sound like wrenching steel and shattering glass, and the music's pretty good early noughties rock, except that when you load a level, whether it's a race or a minigame, the song that loads is going to be the song you hear till the end. Song finishes, still got more than half the race to go, it's gonna start again. Personally, it just means that I have the music turned down and will often run Spotify in the background. Now, I mentioned it earlier and I did say we'd get back to it.
See, I did say that.
Time to talk about the minigames. A great addition to the Destruction Derby style game, turning it into more of a Mario Kart, Mario Party type game. I mean, if the Mario Kart vibe wasn't there, the fact that every track has shortcuts probably should have been a big hint. With a mix of Olympic-style events and pub or seaside games, you'll have some fun. Whack it on multiplayer hot seat and have some friends round. Launch your driver higher, farther, faster, and claim bragging right. Unlikely strange looks from your friends for your maniacal cackles at the ragdoll physics. I mean, the physics are great, not a Half-Life 2 level, but this came around the same time, so yeah, you can't knock them for that. I've got to admit, I really enjoy this game. It's something I never fully played when it originally came out, and it's something that I've really enjoyed playing through again. I mean, with the differing vehicles, you'll sometimes find that it's not necessarily the opponents that are the difficulty, it's you. Picture this, you're in the lead with quite a time advantage, you try and take a corner a bit too tight and clip an obstacle at the side of the road, launching your driver hundreds of feet into the distance, causing you to need to reset your car. You reset and start driving for 2, 3, or even 4 cars to go screaming past you, only a corner or two from the end. At times, especially early in the game, it does feel like there's some rubber banding going on, but as you play the game it does appear to ease off, which personally I like. Rubber banding, the great equalizer. It has a place in games, don't get me wrong. Who wants to play a game and be so far behind another competitor that it's just not fun or possible to achieve more? But at the same time, it can work, the other side, and which your skill is nullified or amplified, which then often leads to either an inflated ego or complete unpreparedness, say for when you play that game online. I do think that more games companies need to look at either the flat-out approach, appearing to remove the rubber banding over time, or my personal preference, it being a toggle switch in a menu. So if you picked up Flatout when it was recently free on GOG, or whether you get it and its sequel on sale for cheap, you'll definitely enjoy the hours that you'll play it. I highly recommend playing the minigames with someone else, they're very entertaining, and also, you can invite your mates round for a game of darts with no real-life dartboard needed. I'm likely to look out Flatout too following this blast from the past, so remember, like, share, comment and subscribe. I've been Lyrian Haddock, and you've made it to the end, so here's a little treat for you guys. I'll see you next time. Here's some ragdolls.